out some tags. Only got $20 in my pocket. I'm hunting, looking for a come up. This is fucking awesome.
Hey everybody, Rico Fabulous here, and welcome to this week's edition of Spidey Sense. Now, originally I was planning on making a Boston Comic Con video, but as you may have heard, the Boston Marathon got bombed, and the whole city was kind of on lockdown, which led to the postponement of Comic Con. The Heinz Convention Center is literally 3 blocks away from where one of the bombs went off, and they just weren't letting anybody, load and unload, so none of the exhibitors could set up in time. Definitely a minor consequence compared to what some other people have obviously had to go through. Just want to let you know, my friends and family, none of them were there, so everybody was okay. Obviously, it's been an intense week. At this moment, I've never been prouder to be a Bostonian. Love all the law enforcement and first responders and just average everyday citizens that just ran right towards the blast when they first went off, and all that information that came in that led to the capture of the 2 suspects. I just think it's amazing that they caught these guys in less than a week when you consider the magnitude and scale of the crime scene, and that there was thousands of people there, and they all the amount of photos and video that they had to go through just to pinpoint them and then wrangle them up. So obviously not going to make this about me, but I grew up in Boston. A lot of fond memories. That area specifically, less than 3 years ago, I worked, right across the street from where one of the bombs went off in a hotel. And Copley Square is kind of like, it was a hangout for me and my high school crew back in the day. Spent many weekend nights getting drunk there. I still do that, but now I'm just the creepy guy that'll buy you beer if you let him get to second base. I can't say that thing. I can't say things like that anymore. I have a daughter. Just kidding. But yeah, obviously, just loving all the support that we're getting. We definitely need it, especially the victims. So yeah. Anyways, so Comic-Con postponed. They did have some mini Comic-Cons that Johnny DaCosta and Phil Captain Cummings told me about. A lot of the artists stuck around and went to local comic shops to give their support. Unfortunately, Saturday I had already committed to some freelance work, and then Sunday the shop that Tim Seeley and Don Rosa were at was 50 miles away from me, so I was like, I'd rather just go to the flea market. So that's what I did, and here's what I came away with. Now, this first book I picked up at a thrift shop. Literally dug through hundreds of books to get to it. This is the only one I wanted out of the bunch, but I think it's a pretty good one, and that is X Factor number 24. Yep, the first appearance of Archangel. Now, I don't know if you guys know this, but Archangel used to be a good guy. That's the kind of scoops you get when you watch the Greco Fabulous channel. So anyways, paid 96 cents for this. It's about an 8.0, worth $12.75. Oh, and BTW, I don't want to get any comments down below. I know his name's not really Archangel, okay? It's like the Red Sonja thing all over again. I know. So the next stack of books all came from the Raynham Flea Market. I've already talked about that before. It's like a giant indoor-outdoor flea market. This time there was way more comic guys than usual, so I was loving it. Unfortunately, the 2 people that came with me weren't loving it because, one is a comic guy, but he's not the kind of dig through long boxes comic guy. And he brought a friend along who wasn't into comics at all, so they knew it was bad when I spent a half an hour digging through the first vendor's comics. So they're like, yeah, we're gonna go on ahead. We'll meet up with you later. So I think from now on, I'm either gonna go alone or with somebody who's kind of on the same page as me, because I don't know, I just felt bad and I didn't want to apologize the whole time. But at the same time, you don't want to speed run through these things. That's half the fun, You don't want to miss out on an issue because you want to be considerate of others. So anyways, first a tragic story. The first guy that I went to had a stack of comics. He usually doesn't. Dug through them. There were some things I was interested in. There was a beat-up Silver Age Silver Surfer. There was an Action Comics which had the first appearance of Captain Strong, who's this Popeye-looking motherfucker. And he was lifting a phone booth with Superman in it. And he's like, "Oh, you're not going to change today." There was X-Men number 133, and then there was a bunch of McFarlane Spider-Mans and Batman that he did. So I grabbed those, I went up to the guy, I was like, how much do you want for these? He's like, $25. Now, I know you're there screaming at me like, hey, that's a good deal. But my budget was like $20, so I didn't want to go over budget, and I didn't want to be one and done with the first vendor. So plus I didn't really know what I was holding in my hands, you know, whether that was a good price or not. So instead of like counter offering or trying to break it down a little bit more, I just walked away. Instantly pulled up my phone, went to Comic Book Realm, X-Men 133. What is that worth? Near mint, it's at $100. So I was like, are you kidding me? But for some reason, I still didn't go back like immediately and try to like haggle, maybe get like just those 3 like, you know, Silver Bronze Age books instead and leave the McFarlanes alone. So I left it to the end of the day, and when I went back, surprise, surprise, he had sold all his comic books. So unfortunately, you know, I'm kicking myself for not getting that X-Men book. I've been really wanting to get an older X-Men book recently, but I guess that's where my my noobness came into play, but lesson learned. I'll never let it happen again. So anyways, first stop after that was my 12 for $5 comic book guy, and came away with some Bronze Age goodness. We got Fantastic Four, number 152. Number 210, with my boy Galactus on the cover. In Search of Galactus. And he's sitting there like, oh, guys, why haven't you found me yet? God, why do I sound like Napoleon Dynamite? So yeah, there's him. You got number 234. Who is he? What is he? Where is he? Why is he? Then, of course, a flea market haul wouldn't be complete without a RoboCop book. We got Frank Miller's RoboCop here. This is like the platinum foil edition, limited to 2,200 copies printed. Still ain't worth shit. Then you got Green Lantern number 100. Then you got some more Galactus love. We got Guardians of the Galaxy number 25. I actually found the newsstand edition first, and then I found this foil cover, so I picked that up thinking that would be, you know, a better pick. But then I didn't realize there's like a giant hole right there, so it went from worth less to worth nothing. Then I picked up some Incredible Hulk books. It's $251, $254, $258. First appearance of Ursula the Sea Witch, or Ursa Minor, Major, I don't know, something like that. And $273. That's it for Hulk, but then we move on to the Invincible Iron Man, number 134. And I don't know why, but this cover makes me feel like he's like doing Dance Dance Revolution or something. He's like, He's at the club, y'all. And finishing it off with Iron Man number 190. Just another one of those covers that makes me laugh. Like, no, Iron Man, don't. You'll kill him. Yeah, that's the idea. So, humor in everyday life. Am I right? It's all about tone. So like I said, I got those for 12 for $5 for their less than 44 cents a piece. Then I moved on to a new vendor, and he was like, right off the bat, he's like, dude, just pick out what you want. I'm really like lenient with my prices, and alright, let's test this theory. And after what I came away with, I think, you know, he was pretty spot on. So I got these next 6 books for $8 total. Got Amazing Adventures, featuring the X-Men number 2. Remember that Batman McFarlane comic that I got, or didn't get before? Got it. Now before you jump for joy, open the front cover. 3rd printing. Are you kidding me? But hey, how about Machine Man number 1? Yeah. Look at that. Go Gadget Arms, man. It doesn't get much better than that. Oh, I'm sorry. Did you say you like number 1s? Because I got a Miss Marvel. Uh-huh. Aren't you proud of me, Phil? I listened to your advice. Then here's another book that I picked up based on one of your guys' videos. Wolverine number 17. Awesome stuff. Forget who showed this, but I'll just say it's Loki Goblin, because you know that dude loves comics? No, he loves Wolverine, bub. And then I picked up X-Men number 2. Not as exciting, but you know, I like Jim Lee's artwork, but just realized that he only did the cover for this, and it's not one of his strongest covers, so meh. But whatever. Hey, not bad. $6 for $8, huh? Pretty sweet. And then, of course, I ended my day by visiting my my other guy that I usually get some of my higher priced books from. And today I walked with, I really wanted some Neil Adams books, but he didn't really have any, like, especially within my price range. I wanted Neil Adams Batman to be more accurate, but instead, this is what I came away with. We got Detective Comics, number 465, Batman busting through a skylight. And then this one's caught my eye, Batman number 467. You got Batman knocking out Batman. So I like these covers, they're always fun. So that's what I came away with. Usually now I do my little graphics with like, this is what I paid for and this is what it's worth. But I don't have time to edit today, unfortunately, so I'm just going to tell you that the combined value of these books based on like my quick rating in comic book realm was $124.85. And I paid a total of $21.96. So that's a profit of $102.89. But who cares? It ain't about the money. Anyways, guys, thanks for tuning in. You know, it sucks that Comic-Con was postponed, but one of the good things about it was that I got to spend a lot more time with my daughter. So here's one of the things I taught her. Hey, Abigail, what does 1, 2, 3 Comic Bro sound like? Man, was that spot on or what? Anyways, guys, thanks for tuning in. Hope I didn't bore you. Catch you on the flippity flop. Peace.